Hello ladies, look at your man, now back at me, now back your man. Now back at me? This is my video, why are you looking at him? You came here, when you clicked on the like, I didn't expect to see him. You came here to look at me, so look at me, stop, just ignore. He's not important right now. Look at me, forget your man. Probably a bit of a dick anyways, let's be honest. And just look at me for the next few minutes. Anyway, so I'm Daniel, and welcome to Music Time. So yes, this is Music Time, which for those of you who don't know, is the time where I talk about music. And so this week, I'm going to be reviewing the latest Paramore album, all thanks to a YouTube user who last week commented on my video, saying, hey, you should review the latest Paramore album. And I've got to be honest, I've never really gone into Paramore before, but I figured I'd give it a shot, although I wasn't really looking forward to it because really the only Paramore songs I was familiar with was, it's called The Only Exception, and then also Still Into You, I believe that's what it's called, off of the latest album, and it's really all their music that I've heard previously before listening to the album. And I gotta say, I honestly thought it was like this girly, like, OMG, boys are cute and stuff band. Which he definitely does talk about boys, but that's not an issue. It's not the way I expected where it'd be like, you know, just some stupid little 12-year-old kid with a crush. That wasn't what happened. And so I came into it not expecting much, expecting that it was just going to be this little album singing about how cute Johnny Jim is, but luckily it wasn't that, to be honest. The album was pretty badass at parts, and I really liked it. And now the thing about this album that, you know, I noticed right away is that it is a 17-track album. And when I heard about that, I was like, oh, this is going to be awful. It's over an hour long. I'm sure like the songs are going to blend in, and it just won't be good. I'll probably be listening to it being like, alright, when's this going to be over, you know. But I'm really pleased to find out that it was not like that. Like, I did not feel at any point listening to the album like, oh, I wish this was over, I can't even tell when it's going from one song to the other. The songs didn't blend in. And I think one of the great reasons for that is that the band really mixes up going from like a fast song to a slower song. Then there's also these like 30 seconds to like 1 minute little interludes and those are actually some of my favorite songs, just the 1 minute interludes. Like there's one, I'm Not Angry Anymore, that's just a nice calm little thing. I really like that. And then other times it picks up and you want to just start dancing and maybe punch a homeless person in the mouth. Please don't actually do that. So getting back on track, I was a big fan of this album, and I only really planned on listening to it once or twice and then just spitting out a review, but I really liked it. And the thing is that there are no even close to bad songs on this album. They're all really good and great songs, and while there definitely are songs on the album that are better than other ones, I've tried this, I've spent lots of time, I cannot pick my favorite track on the album, just because there's so many great ones. I love every track on here, even though, you know, you heard me in the beginning, I said that I was not a fan of the song Still Into You, which first listener to, I wasn't. I thought it was, you know, like I said, OMG, I'm just randomly chasing out my crush in like the 3rd grade, teehee. But it's, I don't know, I guess it's sort of like that, but I like the song. It's not what I originally thought it was. Like, I was able to get into it, and all in all, if you have not heard Paramore's latest album, which by the way is just called Paramore, it's self-titled, then I highly recommend that you listen to it. I would like to thank Kathy, I think that was the name of the YouTube user who recommended that I review this latest album, because I loved it, and I know personally now I'm going to go back and listen to Paramore's older stuff that I've never heard before, and I really enjoy this album. This is definitely a great album, and I think it will be a contender for Album of the Year. Might not win, depending on what else I discover, but so far it's great. And yes, that's about it. You've been watching Music Time, and please, since I had a great time with this recommendation, if there's any albums you would like to hear me review, please recommend something for me to review next, and I will talk to you later next Thursday. So, yeah. Goodbye. Oh, sorry though, but Thursday will not be a music time. Thursday's a different thing. Anyway, so goodbye, and I will talk to you later. You've been watching Music Time. Music Time. Music Time. Music Time. Goodbye.